Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It is Tera, Chantelle, and we're in a very calm mood today. We are blessed to have another day to experience life. We are blessed to attract all of our goals. We are living in abundance every single day. And we have a message on the spirits today. And when we have a message on the spirit, we have to express it, use this throat chakra of us, and may it touch someone, may it impact someone, may it shift a narrative in someone's life today. We pray that this message helps guide you towards your truest and highest self, to realize that you are powerful, you are magnificent, you are blessed, because you got another day to achieve. And today's message is simple. Don't fumble the bag now. Don't fumble the bag. And some may think we talking about that money bag. I'm talking about yourself as the bag, as the prize, as the reward, as your own savior. Because no one is going to save you. Nobody is going to save you but you. And once we make this decision to save ourselves, that will change the whole pathway to our success. It's a decision that we all have to make by getting in the driver's seat in our own life instead of being in cruise control and allowing other people to dictate, tell us which way to go in our own lives. It comes to a point in time where we have to parent ourselves. It comes to a point in time where we have to marry ourselves. We have to be our own best friend instead of waiting for someone to do the work for us. And this calls to do the inner work. And the inner work looks like many different avenues, many different ways to attract this type of healing. But it's about getting really deep within one's soul to understand that we have to reflect on our decisions. We have to think twice before we cause some type of chaotic decisions in our own life. It's like we can stay in victim consciousness. We can stay pointing fingers and placing blame on others, or we can take accountability to our own life and take that responsibility to say, you know what? I did make that decision and I learned from it and I have grown from it. That takes a lot of ego to get out the way. It takes for us to not absorb ourselves in our surroundings, but look at the bigger picture of this life. To realize that if I make one decision, one choice, it will change the complete direction of my life. And I realize when you involve self-love in your life, you make wise decisions. You think twice before playing Russian roulette with your life. You think logical. You think with the mindset of your future self, because you understand that your future self will be so proud of you by taking the moment to pause, to reflect, to make the most calmest decision. And now you end up transforming your whole life and your whole self. We tend to want to hold on to old patterns and old beliefs, but we have to dead it And that is deading the ego. That is deading any self that doesn't have the best interest into our highest self. It's about letting go and releasing the past and instead of holding on to it. When we get into the present moment, like, wow, I'm alive. Wow, I am blessed. Wow, it's so much to be grateful for. And this is the attitude we must have. Instead of looking at what is not and what is lack, that will lead us into a dysfunctional behavior and attitudes and anxiety, because we're not looking at all the beautiful things that's right in front of our faces. We enter into comparison and lack because our ego is telling us what we don't have instead of what we do have. So it takes a point in time where we have to let go of the past patterns that we all have. And this calls from taking responsibility to our lives. We can't fumble that bag now. By not fumbling the bag is by realizing that you are the bag. And the bag is your mental health. The bag is your peace of mind. The bag is your sanity. The bag is your joyfulness, your blissfulness, and who you truly are. The reason we are looking for happiness is because we do not have joy within ourselves. The reason why we are looking for happiness in the other, in a situation, in a certain environment, is because we do not have joy within ourselves. Joy is internal. No one can steal your joy. People can steal your happiness because you are placing that power onto them. But no one can steal your joy. And by having joy within yourself is when you have that love for yourself. You are easy with yourself. You have grace on yourself. You end up being patient with yourself and understanding that this is a journey. It's no reason to rush the journey. It's no reason to be hard on ourselves on the journey. It takes time to master ourselves, to get to know ourselves, to truly love ourselves, because we have not taken the time to actually know what do you like instead of what other people like. Instead of letting other people tell us which way to go, where to go to school, what to dress, what to eat. And now it's for us to make this decision to realize, let me control this boat. Let me steer the car instead of allowing other people to take that power over my life. And this calls to have accountability for ourselves and realizing that you hold the key. You hold the key instead of giving other people the key to your heart, to your sanity, realizing that you hold the key and no one can unlock it but you. This takes time. The choice is, are you going to choose you? You cannot have two masters. It's either you be a slave to yourself or you be a slave to other people. The choice is yours, but you cannot have two masters. You cannot look up to someone else instead of not looking up to yourself. Make the decision that you make is choosing you, choosing to be a slave to you, choosing to master your own life, choosing to take accountability for yourself, not giving that power and bowing down to anyone. Bow down to yourself. Bow down to yourself to realize that I am going to do what I say. I am going to hold myself with accountability. I am going to show up for myself every day. I am going to care for myself. I am going to be nice just be nice to myself by talking with grace and love to myself. I bet if we talk to others how we talk to ourselves, we ain't gonna have no friends. We ain't gonna have nobody being around us. But this is when you parent yourself, you be your own best friend, and you marry yourself. So you are going to be easy with yourself by having this dialogue, intimate dialogue, encouraging yourself. I am a huge advocate for speaking to yourself on a daily basis. Because why are we waiting for this world, for someone else to speak nice to us, to give us patience, to give us grace, instead of looking ourselves in the mirror and saying, you know what, I'm proud of you today. I'm encouraging you today. I'm proud of you today. I'm showing up for you today. Every time we look ourselves in the mirror, we cannot be the enemy to ourselves. You cannot run from yourself. You cannot keep looking for someone to save you. You cannot look for someone to complete you, to make you happy. No one is going to make you happy. Once you have the inner joy within yourself, you hold the key, you hold the power, and you complete you. Everything else will be a bonus. Anyone who enters your life is just a bonus. You don't need them because they don't complete you. You develop the unconditional love for yourself. Now you have the unconditional love for other people to meet them where they are. You're not trying to change them. You're not needy. You're not trying to control them. You're not trying to tell them what to do. All you're doing is by being the example of love. Once you are the example of love, now everyone mirrors that from you. So now they are going to treat you with respect, with desire, with that love that you give yourself. And this is when boundaries come in. You're not afraid to say no. You're not afraid to say, I'm not going to take that from you because I don't do that to myself. So you're not going to do that over here. Not over here. This is when you model love. This is when you are the example of love. So now everyone treats you like that because you treat yourself like that. But how do you expect other people to have respect for you, to have love for you, if you don't even give that to yourself? You don't even spend time with yourself. You don't even encourage yourself. You don't even be nice to yourself. How do you expect other people to be nice to you? You have to model that. You have to stand 10 toes down and show the world that you are complete, that you need nothing from no one. If you come into my life, you better add value or you get left. Get right or get left. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. People are going to bring BS in your life. People are going to bring mess into your life. And if you can't handle their mess, then leave them. Let them go. It's that simple. It's no more complaining. Because we are all dealing with wounds. We are all dealing with hurt. We are all dealing with our inner child healing. And if you can't handle what they bring into your table, don't let them come. Leave them. You don't have to hold on to something that is hard. I believe relationships should flow naturally and easily. It should not be hard. So if it's a hassle, if you got to force yourself to be around someone, listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, and do what's best for you by making the conscious choice, by choosing you and being aware of your emotions to articulate it to others better and wholeheartedly. But when you take a moment to be in your awareness and your power, you ain't gonna fumble the bag now. You ain't gonna fumble that bag. The bag needs you, and the bag is your life. Take control of your life. Realize that this is a prize that we get to experience, that we get to create whatever we want to create. We get to do whatever we want to do. We have that free will. And that free will should be you. You cannot have two masters here. Are you going to bow down to somebody else, or are you going to bow down to yourself? You better choose you as being the master in your life. By being the master of your life, you are controlling your faith. You are controlling your destiny, and you walking into your purpose. You on the pathway to success, instead of bowing down to another master while they're telling you what to do, telling you how to move, telling you how to feel. You feel empty by that. You feel like you can't control other people, because you can't. All you can do is control how you react and how you feel and what your attitude in this life. And make sure you have an attitude for gratitude. Don't fumble that bag now. Have this inner joy within yourself that you are at peace with ever. You are at peace with whatever is going on. The world can be in complete shambles, but guess what? You in peace, baby, because you cannot be moved. You cannot be swayed, because you are solid and secure within yourself, and you know who you are. And once you know who you are, you're not going to fumble that bag now. I love you tremendously. I pray this message finds you well. It's Tera Chantelle. Peace.